Okay guys, I got a new mold. It's an owl clock, and these are really different for me. These are barely sticking up, so it'll give it a 3D look. Barely sticking up. You can see they're really flat. And I'm going to do something very intricate, and I have never done an intricate resin mold yet, so this is gonna be very cool. And let's see, get you a better view. I have my new markers, the acrylic paint markers. They're by, if you can say this name, more power to you, Melliflu maybe, but they were under $15. I believe it was like $11.99, something like that. Amazon on sale. And I'm going to be using the browns and golds and a cream white. Probably not this color gold. These two golds I'm not sure about. We'll have to see. But I think the primaries are going to be this cream and this brown. But I am going to do as close to a real owl as I can get. And we all know how owls have bazillions of feathers and many, many layers of colors. So I'll be doing darks around the outside, which is realistic. Then as you go in, they'll get lighter and lighter and lighter. And I gotta be real mindful and careful for his eyes and his mouth. You can see his mouth, the beak is open. So I don't want to lose any of that detail. This, like I said, is going to be my very first intricate mold. And it's only intricate because I'm making it intricate with the different colors and markers. And then these little feathers, they're like little chime feathers. It comes with all of these jump rings. These are actually split rings and screws. And the hands for the clock. And the motor. These little dangles, little feathers, hang from the bottom of it as like a chime. So I'm not sure what the screws are for. I'll have to figure that out, because I don't see screws in the clock. So I'm not sure what these screws and rings are for. The rings, I imagine, are for hooking the feathers. It also came with the twine to hang the feathers, but I'm not sure if I'm going to use that twine or if I'm just going to use a couple of rings, hook them together, and have them hanging with rings. You know what I'm saying? So, anyhow, that's what I'm going to do. And I don't know just how this is going to work with these markers, because this is going to be a big challenge for me. And, I mean, I've done the jewelry trinket boxes, the egg-shaped trinket boxes. I'm going to get this video up first before anybody else posts one. I haven't seen anybody do an owl yet, so I'm going to get mine up first. Anyway, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm gonna start coloring this and see how it goes before I even make another clip. I'll just color a little bit and see how they work, how they're going to mesh together. And these tips almost aren't fine enough for this mold. I'm worried because these are so tiny and they're so close together. You know, I don't think you can see from up there, but all the detailing is so close to get. I mean, I don't even know if that's a millimeter. I mean, it's going to be tough. And then this is the point of the marker, the sharpest point. So my biggest fear is I'll be coloring one in and hitting the one next to it and have to wash that one, because they're not all the same color. I think I'll be coloring and washing a lot more than I want to be. So I will see how it works. I'll start coloring it in, and I will come back and show you how it's working out. Alright, 1 second, guys. Let me go in closer so you can see what I'm doing. And these little nubs that I'm painting are so minute and shallow. Every little one I do, I've gone through about 50 of these little swab sticks, at least 50 by now, because every time you do one piece, it goes on to the piece next to it. And if it's not going to be the same color, you got a lot of work to do. I got some cleanup around this eye to do and some touch-ups, and I haven't even gotten a quarter of the way through, and I'm already trying to fix stuff I've touched or fix something that dried and is see-through. Just a lot of issues, but anyway, I'm super excited, and it's not near as big as I thought it was going to be. It's like my hand, you know. So this is what I'm doing now, and tonight I hope to do the pour tonight, and I'll do another story time while I'm doing it. I have so many life stories to tell, and I've been told so many times that I gotta write a book, but heck with the book. It's easier to just say it, talk about it. And a lot of people ask me all the time, because I will be very blunt. A lot of times I'm very blunt and open with my medical drivers when they take me to my surgeries, my appointment, whatever I have to go to. They're all really kind, and I end up just blabbing about my life. And I've had so many drivers tell me, you gotta write a book. This is crazy. You have a story for me every time we get in the car. And I've had some people ask me, how do you speak about this torture, this things you went through, and you speak about it so calmly and openly? And I tell everybody, it's because I talk about anything and everything I can, whenever I can. And it's very therapeutic for me. I tried therapists and all that, couldn't do none of that stuff. I got to look at last night, or the other night's video, so I could see what story I left off at. I think I told you about my wedding day. I think that's where I started. My stories go way before that, too. But I'm not sure if YouTube will play my videos if I talk about my essay. My essay started at 3 years old from my uncle and went on to 2 other relatives all the way until I was 11. When I was 6, I told my oldest brother's girlfriend about what my uncle was doing. She told my mom, and I told her because I knew I couldn't tell my mom anything. My mom never loved me, she never liked me, and she never believed anything I had to say. And I knew this at the young age of 3. 3 years old, I knew my mom didn't love me. She didn't want me. I think she was resentful about who my dad was. She absolutely loved my little sister because she loved her dad. And her relationship with her made me sick because it was completely opposite of me. And I tried very much to get along with my little sister just because I wanted my mom to love me. But it didn't work. But anyways, my essay started when I was 3. And with my uncle, it stopped at 6 when I told on him. And I love my brother's girlfriend. Her name was Dorothy. And I will never remember her last name. But she was just the biggest sweetheart, the best friend I could ever have as a baby. And I'm sure we'd still be friends today if she had been longer in my life. But anyways, so then it started again at like 9 or 10 with someone else, and went until I was, I think, 11 or 12. And the beatings that I was getting by my mom's hand and by my brother's hands, because my mom got very lazy. She was an alcoholic, drug addict, and very lazy. So when I got yelled at or got in trouble, she would turn to my brothers and say, go deal with it. Go whoop her ass. Whatever she would say. And my brothers would do it. So it was terrible. My life was terrible. So I called CPS when I was 12 years old. And they removed all of us kids. And shockingly, but not shockingly, my mom got everybody back except me. She left me in the system. And it was shocking that she did what she had to do to get everybody else back. But it wasn't really shocking that she left me in there, because I knew the bitch never liked me or loved me or wanted me. So, anyways, so at 17, I was released from the system. They gave me $100 and said, see ya. So, at 17, I ended up getting with the man I married, having a baby who was very ill. He was born with what's called gastroschisis. Everything in the stomach was growing on the outside of his body. His stomach never formed closed. And so they initially said we were having twins. And then all of a sudden it was, no, you're extremely high risk because this is what's going on. There's not another heartbeat. That second sac-looking thing, they said is actually his internal organs. And so when he was born, he went right into surgery. He had, I believe it was 17 surgeries in the first 2 months of his life. He lived at the hospital. They took me to Children's Hospital in Ann Arbor. And that's where he was born, and that's where all of his surgeries took place. And I lived on the hospital property for 2.5 months with him. And that's when I also found out that my mom and my husband, the affair never ended. When I had him, it was an emergency C-section. He was almost 2 months early. So I was barely 6 months, well, about 6.5 months when he was born, 6.5 months pregnant when he was born. And he only weighed 16 ounces. And if you can't get that in your mind, think of holding a pack of sliced cheese. A 16-ounce pack of cheese, 1 pound. That's how much my baby weighed. But anyways, so I had a C-section, and the morphine they used apparently was what they called straight morphine. It was not, Dr. Ritter had anything done to it, and my body freaked out. I had severe swelling in my eyes. They got so big and turned so black. I'm talking as black as this box. Black. No purpling, no black eyes. Look, they were just black. And the size of softballs. So when I started to come out of the anesthesia and everything, I tried to sit up, and they have you put a pillow against your stomach so that you're not pushing the muscles too hard, because my C-section was rushed. It was very quick, and a lot went wrong. But so I had the pillow against my stomach, and the nurse on each side of me, and they were trying to help me sit up because they wanted me to go to the bathroom. And I'm like, I can't get up. I just started screaming, and they would lay me right back down, and the pain was just bad. It was a headache. It wasn't my stomach. My stomach hurt, don't get me wrong, but my head literally exploded when I lifted off the pillow. And it turns out I just lost the name of it now, but the spinal headaches from the epidural, the epidural they put in my back. Well, it was so severe, I couldn't lift my head more than 3 inches off the pillow. And then it got so bad, they had to take the pillow away, and my spine and my head had to be completely level. And this went on for ages. I mean, it was bad, the spinal headache. And then they had to do another epidural to try and fix that. I don't think it was called an epidural. It's like a spinal tap. Yeah, not epidural, I'm sorry, spinal tap. To try to reduce or reverse the headaches. And I think it took three tries. But anyway, before all the spinal taps or all that stuff, what had happened was the nurses were trying to get me up to go to the bathroom, and I said, well, where's my mom? Where's my husband? And one of the nurses was such a sweetheart, and she knew what was going on, and I didn't, and she knew I didn't. So when asked for my mom and my husband to help me to go to the bathroom. They said, well, they haven't been in today. And I'm like, what the hell do you mean? We live here. We're living on the hospital property. And she says, yes, but we haven't seen your mom or your husband all day today. She said, I've been on since 4 in the morning and I haven't seen them. And I'm like, okay, well, I know my mom's van is parked out in the visitors parking, and I described it to a T, and it was real easy to find because it was very distinctive. Anyway, so she went out there, out of the kindness of her heart, she went out there to find them. And boy, did she find them. She found them in the bed, in the van, together, not sleeping. And so that's when I found out that the dirtbag was still going on with my mom. And it was it. All respect, everything, anything I could have ever felt for either one of them was just gone. And so that was the day I found out my mom was still screwing my husband, even after catching them on my wedding day. Yes, I was pregnant on my wedding day, scared to death, didn't know what to do. I just got out of foster care. I hadn't had more than a 2-day visit with my mom in years, and all of a sudden now I'm living with the bitch, and find out she's screwing my husband on my wedding day, and then I found out the day after my baby was born, deathly ill, they were screwing in the parking lot in the van. And my baby was down in intensive care. He couldn't even have a visitor. So they took a bunch of pictures of him daily and showed me the progress of them. Because what happened was, so anyway, I couldn't see him because I couldn't get out of the bed, and he couldn't leave intensive care. And while he was in intensive care for this 2.5 months, he was flat on his back, and I felt so bad when I seen the picture because there was no cuddling, nothing soft around him. He couldn't have any blankets. He couldn't have anything. He was under heat lights, and above him was his stomach. It was literally in this cone-shaped device, like a funnel, and all of his insides were in that funnel, and the cone tip was right where his belly button would be. And so every day they would squeeze that cone like a few millimeters every day and put some of his stomach back into his body. And this went on for 2.5 months. And there was days where I knew I hadn't seen him because I can't leave my room, can't leave my bed. And then to find out my mom and my husband weren't even up to see him because they were busy with their own thing. Yeah, that's a sickening thought for people. That's just this is my life, people. I actually lived this crap. And believe it or not, even getting my baby back home, I still suffered through the marriage with this son of a bitch. I think it was 2 years I put up with this crap, but it took me 7 years to get my divorce. My mother and my husband made life completely unbearable. Many exit attempts, dozens and dozens, if not 100 or more. Seriously, I had a heart attack about that until I was in my 30s. And, there's, you can't see it under my watch and stuff, but, life was tough. Life was real tough. On top of my terrible, terrible, insane childhood, then I have the most insane, serious, nasty, pre-adult life. And then I have to put up with his crap and my mom's crap for 7 years. Anyhow, I'm going to stop there. More tonight, but so this is where I'm going. I'm going to finish filling this in with the light and the light copper, and then I'm going to do a dark brown on the outsides. And then I'm going to do a really deep brown or maybe a black resin. So that's what I'm doing. That's part of my life. And I'll be back with more later. Thanks, guys. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe, please. I'm in it to fix my house. I'm pumping videos out once, twice, every single day because I'm trying to fix my house. And of course, I'm learning how to edit. I just posted all my furnace fixing videos and I edited them. Never did it before in my life. So anyways, so I am in this to start earning money to fix my roof and to get property insurance. Guys, I'm so scared. I don't know why, I can't explain it, but since Mike died, every single night, all I think about is my house is going to burn down and I have no property insurance. And I don't have nowhere to go. There's nobody left. Every night I go to bed, I have this damn gut feeling when I go to bed. How am I going to get my legs on and get all my animals out fast enough if my house catches on fire? Because remember, I'm double leg amputee. Both legs are prosthetic, walk with a cane, and now I have a severe issue, medical issue with my back. And a very, very large, I'm just going to call it a growth. I don't want to get into any details. I'm not in this for the sympathy of my illnesses. I am in this to make videos, to earn a living, earn a way to fix my property. I've tried to get help. I've tried to get medical help. I've tried to get any kind of disability help. Nobody is helping. So everybody kept saying, you're good at your crafts, you're good at this, you're good at... I also diamond paint, which I will post on this channel too, but... So I've decided I'm going to make these videos to fix my roof and get property insurance. So, that being said, I will be back later tonight to do the pour, and I will tell you more stories. Thanks, guys. Bye. Okay, guys, what do you think? What do you think of my color choice? And then I'm going to do the dark brown, as dark as I can get it, so I don't wash out any of the brown on the outside of the wings. I bought this, and I wasn't even thinking about all the colors I'd need, so then I had to wait and buy markers. So I bought markers next check I got, and so I hope this is going to be good. And I know I'm going to have to retouch the eyes when the resin is, when I unmold, and I'll have to do all the little notches on the clock because I cannot get the marker tip in them. And I couldn't get any visual of an owl in this stance to get a visual on the mouth. And I don't know. What do you guys think? Okay, guys. I finished coloring it all in. And I couldn't decide on the mouth what to do because it looked good with copper, but the goldish brown, and then it didn't. And then I put the black on, and I'm still torn. So I'm just gonna do it with the black. It is what it is. If I don't like it, I'll try and paint it brown. But I'm gonna leave it as it is and do my pour. So I'm gonna mix up my resin. And I forgot to measure how much resin it's gonna take. I'm gonna do the dark brown resin now, and tomorrow, or tonight, if it's not full, then tomorrow I'll do a black backing. But I'll be back. Okay, I'm just gonna go for it. It is what it is, and all I can do is hope for the best. Actually, I'm gonna pour this into a cup. Okay. And now I'm really hoping I don't have enough, But I made more than I said I was going to, so I'm worried. But I'm really hoping I don't have enough to fill it, so that I'll have room for a black backing, because I can already see it is transparent. Alright, I also can see that this is lopsided. There we go. Yeah, I'm gonna have more than enough. And I've never domed before, so I don't know if I can figure that out, how to dome it. I'm trying to get it level enough to where it's filling both sides and the wing tips. Wow, I just might really be in luck here, because I still have to do the feather chimes, or I don't exactly know what those are for. I'm gonna fill those now before I finish with the owl, because I can make what I have on the owl. I can make that stretch, but I can't remix this color for the feathers tomorrow. Oh, I got too much in there. I was supposed to be able to back them, dang it. Alright, so that's it, guys. We will see what happens tomorrow. Okay, guys, see you in the morning. Okay, guys, I had a bunch of brown resin left, so I threw some in my trusty seashell mold. Don't know why, it's just brown, but... And then I did the feathers. I forgot to show you guys, I painted them the same. I did one feather in the light that I used, one feather in the coppery brown I used, and one feather in the darker brown I used. And they look very cool, and they are see-through. And I'm happy as heck because I thought I overfilled them, but there is enough room to do a very thin layer of black. And hush, Fifi, I don't know what these little marks are all the way around the dial. It's really weird. It's see them? I don't know. And then, of course, my scratchy skin on my thumb is scratching this. But check this out, guys. It's see-through, which I knew it was going to be. But I'm seeing that I left just enough room for a thin layer of black. So look at this. Look at my coloring job. This, I think, is going to be amazing. And look at the eyes. I'm so tickled I did those like that, because now you can really see the definition in his eyes. I am ecstatic just looking at my paint job. It just looks phenomenal. Okay, guys, I'll be back. Okay, guys, it's very late, so I'm going to do this very quickly. I know I made too much, so I went ahead and filled my gemstone mold. And I already filled the feathers for this. And they're right here. So I'm going to go ahead and just dump this quick. Here we go. Sorry, my hand's in the way, guys. I guess it's chilly in here. I turned the heat way down earlier because I was fighting with my mattress. But, so my resin barely heated up. About half an hour I let it sit, and it finally started heating up. Okay. Let's see if I can help it. Sorry about the glare, guys. And this is my first time backing anything with black, so I'm kind of stoked to see the difference. Alright, I'm gonna let that settle in. Alright guys, so I'm gonna leave it at that for now and take it in the bathroom and set it up. I don't want to finish filling it until I get in the bathroom where I know I don't have to worry about it overflowing because it has room. Okay, so that being said or unsaid, I will see you in the morning for demolding. This one I took my time with. It took me a couple weeks to get the coloring done, but that's not because it was all coloring. I was doing some other things going on in my life. But anyways, I am so stoked to see how this turned out. Alright, I'm going to start with these seashell pours. I had a lot of brown left from the first filling of the owl. So I just threw them in here. And, oh, I'll get you in the shot here. I just threw them in there in my seashell mold. And there's some trimming I gotta do because oops, wow, I just bent it a little bit and they're just kind of popping out. But I just threw that brown in there, and it may not be the perfect color for seashells, but it is what it is. And I love these little shells. I've got a million things in my mind I want to do with them. But that looks like a teardrop. But I haven't done anything yet because I'm trying to learn as much as I can before I start doing. These are really nice. No bubbles and no. I mean, there's no bubbles. I just now noticed that. But I have a whole bunch of fish. I've been buying all these fish and the molds for koi fish and making a bunch of those and tons of seashells and stuff. I've got a million. This is kind of a goofy one with that face on it, so I don't know what I'll use that for, but boy, they all just popped right out of the mold so easily, and there's no bubbles, no nothing. I'm pretty proud of myself. That's a whole lot of little tiny delicate seashells without a single bubble. Let me turn some light up here. But I am super, super excited to see how the owl turned out. But I had some extra black last night, so I dusted these molds very quickly. Oh, that's pretty. I dusted the molds really quickly and poured the extra black I had into there. Oh, it came out really pretty. That's that holographic. Okay, let me stack up all these molds over here. Alright, here we go, guys. I'm so stoked to see these. As you remember in the other part of the video, I was super stoked when I seen how it looks from this side. Boy, I hope that's man, I hope that's not in my project. But anyhow, so I colored in the feathers, and I did the brown, as everybody remembers. I did the brown, and then waited for that to harden, and then did a very thin coat of black. And I'm kind of surprised, because you can see the brown easily in this. So I'm hoping that the brown or black actually did color. Look. Oh, there's little micro bubbles. No, no, no. They're super tiny. Come on, focus. But look at that paint. My painting job. I'm hoping we won't be able to see these bubbles. Maybe I'll do a top coat. I've never done a top coat, but I'm going to try to find a video of it and do it myself. Look at that. Isn't it neat? Look at that coloring. That is awesome. there's little tiny micro bubbles, but being that these are feathers, that kind of doesn't really show that much. Look at those colors. Didn't that come out nice? That's amazing. I'm so excited, guys. If this comes out the way I hope it does, I just kind of graduated from beginner. Alright, here we go. Let me move you guys up a little bit. Guys, here we go. I'm so excited. Like I said, this has been forever working on it. So I just, please don't let there be a bunch of bubbles. No bubbles. Please, no bubbles. Just for the heck of it, I sprayed it with some alcohol. And then I went to bed, just in case any bubbles came up. But there is, I see, as you see here, this is smooth as a baby's bottom. So I don't see any, oh, I felt that pull. You hear it? Those are all this, the colored parts coming out. And it's so cool. It gives it, oh, that just popped out. It gives it this 3D effect. It just looks so neat. I can only imagine how it's going to look on the owl. And it's weird, I put black in there, but you can see the brown around the edges still, which is good because I'm real worried about the beak and the eyes because I used black on black. But okay, let's see. Here we go, guys. Here we go. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, you guys. Oh wow, you guys, look what I did. You guys, look what I did. Oh my Lord, shut my mouth. And it's, oh my goodness, the little tiny micro bubble. One, you guys, one teeny tiny micro bubble right there. Oh my goodness. You guys, I just graduated from beginner. I am not a beginner anymore, you guys. Look. This is kind of strange, and I can feel that, but I don't know about putting a top coat on it, though. Because I think if I put a top coat on it, is it going to affect the 3D look? See if I can get a good shot so I can show you what I'm talking about, that 3D. See how all the colored parts are sunken down. This is, I've never done anything like this before. Man, I wish I could show you. See that? See how defined it is? There we go. Look there. See? Every colored, every little piece that I colored with a marker is dipped down from the brown. And it just looks 3D. You guys, this is amazing. You guys, look. Look how pretty. This is phenomenal. I mean, look at the definition. If I do a top coat, will it affect this 3D thing I have going on? But I think all it will do is, I think it will cover these scuff marks, and I think it will just give a clear coat so that you can't feel the 3D, but you can still see it. I am so blown away because yesterday when I turned on my computer, the new screensaver for the week was an owl in flight, guys. And in the picture, I had my colors perfect, absolutely spot on. I've never ever done a coloring or painting any kind of picture with such accuracy. And I remember I kept talking about his beak. I didn't know what to do about his beak. I was going black, then I went with the coppery color, but then this picture popped up, and in the picture his beak was like a glowing amber yellow color. So I grabbed my markers and I did this, and I think it looks awesome. This color is a little more yellow than I would like, but here we go, guys. Look at the difference with that yellow. It is perfection. I'm thinking about doing one of the little eye dots in a yellow. The owls always have that glow of yellow in their eyes. And I don't want to do the whole thing. I want to just do like a little, like almost like it's a reflection. Alright guys, look at that. This project came out phenomenal. I mean, I can't wait to post this video. I can't wait to get this up on the wall. And now let's see. I'm not sure how gold this color is going to be. It might work out. As the hand markers. Let's see. What do they call those again? Zoom me back out a little bit. The 12, the 3, 6, and 9. And I do have a small micro bubble on the 3. And there goes my light. See, that's got, I think it's, no, every single one of them have it. So it's not an air bubble. Every single one of them have it. That little tiny dip at the end of the hand, or the notch, I don't know, can't remember what they're called. At the end of the notch, there's this little tiny dent, and it makes for the very, very tiny marker. Alright, anyway, right now I'm going to paint the arms, the hands for the clock, because they are black, and you will not ever see those on this the brown face of this clock. You'll never see black hands on there. So I'm going to paint the black hands. Either this beige color to match the owl, or I'll do them in a gold. But I'm kind of leaning on this light beige. So, okay. I'll see you guys at the end clip. Thanks for watching. Okay guys, hopefully I can get better lighting on this in editing, because this lighting is not great and my eyes are terrible. But there's the little feather dangles, and I did the hands in a rose gold, and I did the second hand in the same beige as the light beige in the clock. And that's what I settled on his eyes and beak, and I think it looks phenomenal. And I did the twine cord to hang it. I just braided it and then singed off the little hairs. And I'm using one of my new sheet cases, still in the package from Amazon, to put this on. But, okay guys, I could not be more stinking proud of this. My absolute best project yet. First intricate resin mold. I couldn't be more freaking tickled. So please hit that like and subscribe. I worked really hard on this one. And I know I've said it in this video already. I'll say it again. I'm a double leg amputee. And I'm trying to raise some money to repair the roof in my house that's leaking straight through the center of my house. I've tried everything to get help, and I can't get anybody to help. The state, the county, nothing. So I've been told so many times you need to start a channel for your crafts, so that's what I'm doing. And I didn't even know that you could get paid from YouTube until very recently. So this is going to be my only chance left to raise the money to fix my roof. And it's really scary. I mean, especially since I own my house, I can't yell at somebody else to fix something. It's all on me. So I'm on my own. Man, I hope this is focusing. I can't see. My eyes are so bad, guys. But anyhow, please hit the like and subscribe. Every one of you help every single time. I appreciate it so much. I hope to see you on the next one or hear from you. Thanks, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. Bye.